was like, I remember in that moment being like, are we going to squander this or are we going to do everything we can?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to do everything I can. Everything I can.
Mhm.
Yeah. And so I have definitely felt like this is, a passion and a calling in a way, not for any of, not because I think that I'm anything special, but just because I understand this in a way that I don't know if everybody else does. And I've been able to kind of piece together things that not necessarily everyone else could, or at least not in the way that I do. And I just want to be able to, I really just want to be able to help people not suffer needlessly. That's really
Right.
what it comes down to.
Well, this
I want them to
Medicare thing
understand.
is big.
The Medicare
And
thing is very
if
big.
it gets
Yeah.
where people that are on Medicare, and
Yeah.
I guess Medicaid too, I don't know, but they can get this drug for $50 a
Yeah.
month, which actually most of them probably don't even have $50.
I know.
But that's something that they can get.
Yeah.
People would put that money and give it to them to help
Yeah.
them. People who are sitting around 300 pounds and can't get out of a chair,
Yeah.
whatever. Even people, who just want to lose 50 pounds to be
Yeah.
healthier and be able to move and all that, get their blood pressure medicine down, get their hearts in better shape, that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
That they can get to a place that Medicare now, like you said, sets standards for
That's
the
the
other
standard.
insurance companies who screw us all. But
Yes.
now, if Medicare starts it, the insurance company's like, oh, yeah, we can get on board with this. We can get on board with that.
Yep.
And to be able, I'm so thrilled for people who could be in a place to get that help too.
Me
Just
too.
like you said, to
Yeah.
help people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
love to see that. I would love to see that. I feel so fortunate that I had you to show me, because if I didn't have you, Kimmy, I probably would not be on this wagon
Yeah.
until maybe in the last few months when my
Mhm.
doctor looked at me and said, "You weigh 200 pounds. Would
Yeah.
you like to try a GLP-1?
Yeah.
Because I can get it for
Yeah.
you now
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
a compound,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I that's where I could be if it weren't for that.
Yeah.
You
Totally,
know,
and I like,
so
the, like, job and healthcare, stuff, I've had change and be in such a shift lately, like,
Yeah.
truly, it would feel too, like, overwhelming, too defeating, and I would not know where to turn or what to do if I did not have the like, you and or the relationship that I have with my, like, nurse
Yeah.
practitioner to be able to text her, like,
yeah.
it's not easy to have that kind of, access, and you've given us that privilege,
Yes.
and it's really,
Yes,
really yeah.
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, I'm like it's hard sometimes when you do this. Like I will tell you, as me, like so I'm like, oh God, I'm like the poster child for this now. So it's like, what have I got my freaking whole family on this? And like, like
Well,
please, please don't
I
have
just
like
hope it
these crazy like
continues
growth third
to
head
get
thing happen
better.
after I've got you guys all on this drugs. Like, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Maybe, right? Like, there is sure a possibility, but
Yeah.
like you said, like, it's not I think the massive misconception was, like, all of a sudden these came out of nowhere and
Yeah.
people are trusting. I'm like, "No, there's decades of data that this is, like, good and works and is
Yeah.
healthy, and there's not" you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's
I mean,
totally
there's
true, and
I would
that's
definitely say, like, there are many more studies being done on maintenance and what that looks like, and, like, they just had one
Good.
with obesity where they were like, maybe you take this dose and you go 2 weeks, and then you take another dose, like, they're trying to kinda figure out what
Yes.
that looks like for
yeah,
people, right?
Yes.
Or is it low dose every week, or is it low dose every 10 days? Like, I think everybody's still trying to kinda figure out what that looks like. I also think that there may be opportunities where people come off of it and then they go back on it, and maybe that's okay, right?
yeah,
Or people switch to the other ones that are coming out. And I think there are guys, there's so many drugs that are in this class that are in the pipe that we have coming. And it's going to be insane, like
yeah,
over the next many
Wonderful.
years. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a matter of like, we don't know. Those are new. Like that's what we have to do thing like GLP-1s, right? While we've got decades of data on them, the idea of the double agonist, which is the tirzepatide, which we are on, right? And the idea of the triple agonist, which is called retatrutide coming out next year, that is new, right? There's still data. You still have to do long-term studies and short-term studies, but we are going to see things like there are going to be things that pop up where it's going to be like, actually, we do think this makes hair loss. Actually, we do think there may be some mental health issues with this. And so everybody needs to understand that when you start on a drug at all, there is give and take and there's risk. And I
yeah,
think it's important for you, and you guys know I talk about on the show, for you to understand all of that. But ultimately, when we look at obesity, right? And we look at where it leads to type 2 diabetes, where it leads to heart disease, where it leads to kidney failure, where it leads to Alzheimer's, all these different things. The risk of that and just letting it go when we know that diet and exercise are not working. They are not. They do not treat it. They may help prevent it, but they do not treat it. We know it. The data is there. You have to decide risk versus reward, right?